Well, howdy, folks. If you saw my short earlier, you saw it raining cats and dogs over here. But the rain has subsided, and we're back to normal. But look at, it says completely cleared this place out. Amazing, huh? Do 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 do. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Well, anyway, we are back in Bangkok, and I suppose we'll be here for a couple weeks. We might, we're not sure what we're going to do after here. I have a trade show for a couple days, and we're now at summer vacation for the most part. So do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Must say though, flying in today, we came in the other airport, Don Mueang. Piece of cake, man. In and out. Immigration had nobody. There's no traffic coming from the airport either. That's kind of one of the nice things when you come during the, what they call the low season. You get everywhere a lot quicker. Everything's cheaper. And I might also add that we have a 2-month stamp. So there has been reports that they're going away from the 2-month visa on arrival to 1 month, but that hasn't officially started yet. So if you had any ideas of coming, you might want to come now before they change that, because after that's posted in the Royal Gazette, there's 15 days from the time that happens, and they say that's probably going to happen in the next day or two. So they're going to go back to 1 month, and then you can renew one time, I think, and then you have to leave the country. They're limiting also the amount of renewals people could have. So they're really clamping it back down to the way it was. The nice part about this pool here, I showed that in my short. I showed this in the short where it was raining. This is warm. This is really a jacuzzi. This is like the largest jacuzzi I think I've ever been in. So what else is going on in the community? I don't really know, but I don't follow the community anymore. I had some people that were send me some links, ask me did I watch Frank and Aloe and all this type of stuff, and I don't watch any of it anymore. I don't pay any attention to it. Somebody asked me yesterday, is there anything about Frank that you like? And there is a couple things. I want to point that out right now. First of all, I don't hate the guy at all. I don't think about the guy. I think Frank is the biggest hypocrite I've encountered. I'll start off with that. The hypocrisy of Frank is just unbelievable, and the lying of Frank. But is there things I like about Frank? Yeah, there is, actually. The fact that he's been with Gilda for nearly 10 years, the fact that he doesn't hide his relationship. Everybody gets on him because he's with a married woman and he's committing adultery according to the laws of the Philippines, which he is. But he never hides it. He doesn't pretend. He doesn't hide his relationship. He's front and center with her, and he always defends her. So I think those are always admirable things, And the fact that he's lasted as long as he has and is still together. So for the person who asked me, is there anything I like about Frank? I probably would like a lot of things about him, but if Frank would just stop being such a hypocrite. But I don't waste any time talking or listening. I don't talk to anybody about it, but I guess it made news because there was a bit of a feud going on with Popeye and Aloe. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything about that. And I'm going to stay blissfully ignorant about it. But yeah, I respect that part. The people have always said this. She's a married woman. She's 55 or whatever. And yet he's never backs down from his relationship with her. Always defends the relationship, defends her. So that's something I respect. I see a lot of people that are just so fake and two-faced, and they hide, sneak, and everything like that. That's hard to respect. A lot of people are afraid to take the heat, so they hide. And I think if you're going to be a YouTube personality, you shouldn't hide. If you don't want to be a YouTube personality, don't be a YouTube personality. Don't have a show. Don't put your information out there. Don't do any of it. But if you're going to do it, at least be real about it. That's kind of what I think. But anyway, back in Bangkok again. Just thought I'd check in with everybody, and I hope, one thing I will say, the one last little coda to the whole thing with all this Frank stuff is just don't get swept up in it. It's not worth it. I don't think I really listened to Frank more than 5 minutes in the last year and a half. I remember being here in Bangkok, I think it was last maybe April, where I urged Frank to get off YouTube. And I said a lot of his problems, a lot of his issues with the pending case would just go away. And I still believe that. I think it's true now. I think a lot of this stuff just goes away. I think everyone that is always thinking that there's a smoking gun, that any day he's going to get kicked out. I've never believed this. I think if the Philippines wanted to kick him out, they would have kicked him out. I think everyone who's rooting for that to happen, you better temper your expectations, because I just don't believe it's going to happen. And if he's off YouTube anyway, every time someone says stuff that people don't like, we got to kick them out of the country. I mean, sometimes it gets a little overboard. It's just ludicrous. People should have some level of freedom of speech, and of course, if that person does cross the line, there's mechanisms. But if people think he's imminently going to be kicked out of the Philippines, I don't think they know what they're talking about. They've been saying this for a long, long time. And of course, it hasn't happened. So manage the expectations. All right, anyway, that's my little weighing in on the community. There's a lot better things to do in life than to sit around and hang on everything about goofball Frank, okay, and any little thing that comes out with it. So I just urge people to get over it, go on with your life. Frank is an insignificant part of anyone's life, so don't let it affect you. Just go on with your life and live life to the fullest. All right, everybody, we will talk to you later from Bangkok. Remember, if you ever thought of coming and you want to stay for more than a month, you better get that in, because they're just about to change that. And Big Kevin, if you hear this, you might want to also realize that they changed the rules and you're only going to get the 1 month thing. If you do end up coming back here, Kevin, you should go the Don C route with the agent and the retirement visa. That's the only way to go. It's $900 the first year, and then about $600 every year after. And you won't have to get up and leave every few months. So it ends up being way cheaper as well. All right, everybody, from Bangkok, ta-ta for now.